Last time we saw these boys together, man, we saw confetti dropping. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Gambling Nights. I am the host. I'm the CEO. They call me Moss Money, and I got my guy with me. Be humble. We had to skip a week, and now we back for another week. And boy, has a lot of things transpired for us to talk about. I see the hat on already. What are you doing? Them Wildcats, them Nova Knicks, as they say. Man, NBA draft is going on right now. Couple picks in, couple trades. Nothing for your Philadelphia 76ers that have been crazy. They did draft at the number 16 pick Jarrett McClain out of Duke, Mr. Fingernails. They were talking about Philly going to paint their fingernails. Ain't nobody painting their nails in Philly, dog.
Not a person.
Like, ain't not one person. Maybe
It's
some
gonna be the front row though. Little Uzi Vert gonna be right there, baby. He gonna be there.
Oh yeah. You know that younger generation be into that stuff. So, we'll see how that goes. But let's get right into the big topic of the day, man. Mikal Bridges to the Knicks. Whole crazy trade to get him to the Knicks. Let's go over it. So for them to keep OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges for the Knicks, they gave up RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly. They gave up a 2024 second round pick. They gave up 2025 first round pick, 2027 first round pick, 2029 first round pick. The Bucks pick that they got, the 2025 first round pick from the Bucks, a 2028 first round swap, a 2025 second round picks, and Bogdanovic. So 5 first round picks, pretty much 2 second round picks, and Bogdanovic in the trade for Mikal Bridges to the Knicks. Talk to me, bro. How do you feel about this trade? And do you think that this can actually challenge the Boston Celtics to reign supreme in the Eastern Conference?
All right, so this is what I would say. The NBA is good basketball when the Knicks are relevant. It's been a long time.
Long time.
Obviously, the Lakers are kind of on that in between, not sure, end of the line, possibly rebuilding soon stage. And then you have the New York Knicks, the mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden. This year in the playoffs, they showed a lot of stuff I love to see. That this team right here, that preview you showed earlier, showing grit, determination.
Yep.
You saw it as a New York Knicks. So I like what the Knicks are doing here. They got a draft coming up. They're about to pick right now as we're speaking. You add Mikal Bridges there, who is a great 3D type of player. You lock up Anunoby for 5 years.
Yeah, I was surprised he re-signed. There was talks that he wasn't.
I mean, once you figure out this team is trying to go all in for a championship, I think you got to.
But then they matched them though, right? They still matched them.
They gave him 212 or something like that, right? 5
years,
212.
Yep.
I mean, how do you turn that down? And then you add another big piece like Mikal Bridges, along with all the other guys that were hurt last year. Julius Randle's still going to be coming out helping out. You got Robinson that's going to be coming healthy. Now, I don't know how do you keep Harkenstein or do you keep Robinson? Which one got to go? One of them got to go.
Well,
Um,
Hawkinson, I don't think they're going to have the money to sign him. I think that's the problem.
yeah, so hopefully Glenn or Robinson, he can get healthy and kind of give you a big impact. He's a big impact player too. I mean, I like what the Knicks have done so far today. They got a draft. They're on the clock right now. I don't know who they're going to pick. There's some good mid talent in this first round that can probably help you. Um, I
There's the
mean, look at
four.
that. Look at that, bro. Like that's. I don't think that's ever has that ever happened.
No,
Never, right? A
no,
a
never,
a whole college team that won a championship on the
never.
same team. So now
No.
what? Josh Hart has to come off the bench now, right? DiVincenzo comes off the bench. Um, I mean, New York is going to be tough. So do they have enough to probably fight with Boston? If they can stay healthy, I think they do. I'm gonna be real with you. I think they do. If they can stay healthy.
So from the betting perspective, their odds went from I think it was like 19-1 to now 9-1 to win the whole thing. I think it's a good bet. If you had some insight about the Knicks making moves like that, even more to you. And I'm looking at it right now. It's actually updated. It must have took some hit. They're plus 850. When's the last time you see the Knicks and even the top five in terms of winning the NBA championship? So plus
Not,
850
not in a long time.
does sound pretty good at this point to pull the trigger on a bet like this, because with those wings, with Bridges, and Anobi, they can actually guard. They'll be able to
Yep.
guard Boston.
Hmm.
With those wings, especially if health stays on their side. I think Randall's really the X factor and an interesting piece because he doesn't really fit as a five, especially if they go four. So maybe they might go like that Golden State
Hmm.
kind of thing, taking a page of that out of that book where Draymond played the five. Maybe they can make that work. I mean, there's nothing but shooters, right? You got three shooters right there, and then you got a
Well,
kind of
Randall can go back to his four, right? And then you can have the three wings,
and what
or
you have,
you have your two wings, and you have
and who's
Randall, you have
who's going to be your five?
Robinson. Robinson and Hartenstein is
Robinson.
going to be your five. They're not going to get rid of both of them. So
Mm-mm.
Hartenstein and Robinson is going to be your five. Right now, their
Yeah.
pick is in. I'm sure they might even go big. You got Filipowski that's still available. Like you can come right now and get your big right now that can help you. Obviously, my TV's mute, so I don't know what they're talking about. But Filipowski right now from Duke would be a great opportunity for the Knicks right here to get younger at the center position, and then you have now another skilled center that can help you out. I wonder what they
Would
do
you
right now.
bet the Knicks right now to win this whole thing, bro?
And I don't like the Knicks, so fuck no. I'm not betting my money on the Knicks. But they're the two. But right now, I think they're the top two best teams in the East. Obviously, you got Boston, you got the New York Knicks right now. We got to
Yeah.
see what Milwaukee's going to be, and we got to see what the Philadelphia 76ers are going to do. So until that changes, then right now for me, this is a dangerous team. Why I say it the most because there's nothing but heart on this team. Hard working, head down, go to work, put my hard hat on, and we're gonna chop wood. And that's what I like out of my team. Um, and I think that's gonna take them a long way. Here comes the pick here for the New York Knicks.
It's coming in.
It's coming in now. They
Pick
got
is in.
Picom the Diet. I don't know. He's a wing from France. I mean, goddamn France. Like France got nothing but first round draft picks in this
Yeah, the
2024
first
draft.
two were from France, right?
Yeah, there's like 5 draft picks from France out of this draft so far. First 2 were from France.
It's crazy.
But he's a wing player. I don't know nothing about him. Um, so I mean, I guess they got a plan for the center position. So we'll see.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think the bet is good. Obviously, the bet was even better when it was 19-1 or whatever it was at one point. So I think that would have been really amazing if you knew to kind of double back and bet on New York to go, early without even having any insight of this happening. But
Real quick,
yeah, no, they're going to be dangerous, and New York's going to be rocking. Madison Square Garden's going to be rocking, and I think Bridges proved on Brooklyn that he can shoulder the load. So it'll be interesting how they make this all work. I mean, obviously all four played, calling them the Nova Knicks at this point,
mhm.
and it's actually going to be. I'm not a big Knicks fan, obviously, but I think they're going to be a fun team to watch.
I mean, just think though. I mean, salute to these guys. 2018 Villanova Wildcat champions, 2016, I think, right? 2016 Villanova Wildcat champions. They're all champions. And so imagine none of these guys were lottery picks or supposed to be lottery picks. I don't believe. Maybe
Yeah,
Jalen
bona
Brunson.
fide role players.
Just and look at them now, stars. Just that's just hats off to Jay Wright. You know what I'm saying? Coaching these guys up because you see it. You see it on the court. So, you know,
Yeah, people forget Brunson was in Dallas with Luca.
yeah, balling.
You know what I mean? It's like it's just completely, you know what I mean? And Hart has been a journeyman for a little bit.
Yep. He
You
made
know
his
what I
he
mean?
made his stamp in LA, and then
Yeah.
don't forget Mikal Bridges was in Phoenix, and he was, I don't think he's missed
Should
a
have been a
game.
Sixer,
I don't
really.
think
Should have
Mikal
been.
Bridges has missed a game in his career yet.
I don't know why we traded him. Who did
So
we
you
trade?
got
Was it Springer? Jalen Springer
no,
we traded
we
him?
traded for Zaire Smith,
Oh, Zaire Smith. Okay.
and unfortunately he had that injury that. But anyway, he only played 20 games for us, and Mikal Bridges has not missed a game. I don't think his whole career. I may be wrong, but I know he's on some type of career like not missing games streak.
Are you surprised that the Sixers didn't make any moves yet?
No, because I think they got their hands into the PG-13 and Brandon Ingram sweepstakes. So I think that's going to take time. I think the competition with PG. Obviously, now the Knicks have committed to Mikal Bridges, so we ain't got to worry about him going to New York. I think the only place we got to worry about him going to now is probably the Golden State Warriors. That could be a potential reach for
You
the
talking about
Warriors
George, right?
for George, right? So we
Yeah.
might have competition there. Obviously, stay in the Clippers or be a Sixer. So, I'm not surprised. They're just waiting to see what these two guys are going to do. I didn't know Mikal Bridges was available, but I don't think I would give that much up for Mikal Bridges. Although he'd be a perfect fit here. I couldn't even imagine us giving all that up when we already drafted him. That'd have been crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I thought it was a lot too. I thought 5 first-round picks was a lot. But for the Knicks, if they feel like that gets them over the hump, and if they get to the
yeah,
NBA Finals
yeah,
within the next 2 to 3 years,
get
then
your
it
player.
was worth it. Yeah, it was worth it for us where we are. Just having 2 stars kind of really under contract and nothing in a roster. Like, why would you even come here? I mean, I think it just came out that Butler was going back to Miami, even though he's not getting an extension. Like, why would you come to the Sixers at this point? You know what I mean? Like, I don't like. There's no reason to come here.
You don't think
Like,
so?
no. For why? We don't have a team.
No. I think we're good. I think we
I
need
mean, I
that
think
third
we.
team.
Hopefully, we should be good. But Maury's always been like he watches. He lets things unfold, which is fine. But sometimes you got to pull the trigger. When other people are pulling the trigger, you got to pull the trigger too. And sometimes
Well,
waiting
nobody pulled
is the
who
issue.
pulled the trigger yet?
Well, people are getting. What do you mean? Your rival just made a huge move.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
mean,
what?
that's fine. But I don't know. Did you know
Not
that
only did
Mikal
they
Bridges
beat
was
you without
available?
him,
Did
they
you know that
leaked.
Mikal?
What's up?
Did you know that Mikal Bridges was available?
There was a rumor that the Sixers could have traded for him.
But would you
But
give up
I agree with
5
you. Would you
first-round picks for
first
him?
round picks up for? But see, here's the thing: you're in with 5 first-round picks given up over the next 5 years, and we've already had this conversation about how you feel about Embiid and winning as with the big man as your centerpiece. How many years you think Embiid got at this level?
Yeah,
No
but
more than 5.
I don't think I'd trade 5 first-round picks. I think you can do that with the Knicks because they're all young. Like that whole team is young. So you can
We're
last.
old. Who's old on our team?
Well, we already know that Embiid's probably going to got what? How many more years left? If we're already talking about that, right? You just start the conversation off.
Yeah,
So that means what?
he's got no more than 5 more years at this
That
level.
means he's old. That's what you mean. That means he's old. Are you saying that about Jalen Brunson? Are you saying that Jalen only got 5 years left? DiVincenzo only got 5. Josh Hart only got 5 years
Maybe
left.
Jalen Brunson at this level, maybe.
What?
You think he's going to be this good for more than 5 years?
I think he's only going to get better. I think he's still
Ooh,
growing.
I don't know.
This is first year being the superstar. He's
I think we saw. No, he started to show this in Denver. Dallas.
This is first All-Star. He's the first year All-Star. What are we
No,
talking?
I get that, but I think this is his ceiling. Though what we saw is his ceiling. I don't think he's going to get any
How?
better.
I
But
think he gets better. I
his
think he gets
ceiling was
better.
MVP level though. It's not like it wasn't.
I think he gets better. I
Yeah,
think
I
he
don't know.
only gets better. I think he's gotten better every year. Why would he stop now? He's gotten better every year. He's gotten
Yeah,
better from Dallas. He was a role player in Dallas, became a star in Dallas. Knicks took a chance on him. He took over the role from being. Remember, don't forget that New York Knicks team went to the playoffs with Julius Randle and I don't know what that team was that one year. Was that three
RJ
years ago?
Barrett I think was on that
Yeah,
team. Yeah,
right. It was remember that whole little run
yeah. It was a
Julius
third. It was
Randle.
a third. It was a third guy in there. I can't think of his name. But
Yeah,
yeah,
and then he came right in there, and now he's the man. And they just shaped everything now around Julius Randle. I mean, I'm down now against Jalen Brunson. The question is now is does Julius Randle fit or not?
yeah. That's the question. Yeah, I don't know where he. I don't know if he fits or not.
Would
He
you
ain't
like
coming off
Julius
the
Randle
bench.
here?
I thought about that, but they said I was looking at the article that was talking about it, and he doesn't play like he clogs the middle. He's a throwback.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Remember, like people forget he played with Kobe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So he's a little bit of a throwback. He's got a killer mentality. Um, I like him here, but I don't know how it works with him and Embiid. That's a you know what I mean. But like you said before, Embiid plays. It's not like Embiid plays in the paint. So
right.
you know what I mean.
It's
It might it
open.
might work out a little bit.
I think
You
we're
know.
okay though. I think the Sixers are okay. We get a star player to play that third role, 2 to 3 role. I think we'd be okay. Um, I think we'd be right there in the mix at either first or either second or third in the East, even with the moves. I think that's how good we can be if we can get if we can somehow get a healthy Embiid in the playoffs. I think we're the most dangerous team in the NBA,
All
and
right.
unfortunately, that just doesn't happen. So I can wish on a star, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why I really wanted. I was hoping Zach Edey fell to us. I
I
would have
was
loved.
crazy. He went 9.
Yeah, he went 9. I thought that was a little stretch. It was a little surprise, but
I was
they want
surprised
they
at
wanted
that
their big man.
because when we were talking about him going in the second round,
Yes.
and he was a
Well,
lottery pick.
yeah, he moved down pretty quickly. Um, but John Morant now, you got John Morant and Zach Edey. That that should be some fireworks.
And then Jackson
Yeah.
Jr. over there too.
Yep.
So yeah, now it's gonna be interesting how that plays out because he's a throwback. So yeah, we'll definitely see how that is. Keeping with the NBA, your boy JJ
JJ Redick.
went from a podcast to getting the Lakers
I
head
guess we got hope.
coaching
I guess we got hope. Maybe we can be a NBA coach one day.
job. Man, um, obviously dropped the infamous line already with the crazy meme. I don't give a F, when the question was asked about how he feels about the naysayers, the people who are going to be talking about him. Obviously, I think they hit a home run, right, with their pick. I don't know where they go with Connect Tennessee Vols, superstar, All American falling to them. That's a great pick for them.
Great pick.
A great shooter,
Should have been our pick. Should have been our pick.
should have been our pick. I would have liked him here.
Great fit.
Um, yeah, it would have been a great fit. So what do you think about JJ getting his Lakers job, and how do you feel that he's going to be? Let me ask you back. Do you think LeBron's back as a Laker?
Yes.
You do.
100%.
100%. Okay.
100%.
I don't know why. In the back of my head, I want to bet Golden State to win it all because I think LeBron might run to Golden State because he's always wanted to play with Curry.
I get it, but I think his brightest star right now is playing with his son, like he's been saying for years now, and the Lakers will draft Bronny in the second round. So I
You think
think
so?
100%.
I
One
can't
hundred
wait.
percent, the Lakers draft.
I can't wait for
Now they got Connect.
Bronny not to get drafted.
You get
What if
Connect
Bronny
there.
doesn't get drafted?
No, he's gonna get drafted. You get Connect there that fell to you. Now you can just take that second pick, that 56 pick, and take Jane, Bronny.
Yeah.
I mean that's you got your coach right. You've been working with JJ for the last 6 months, right, on the podcast. Y'all been
Hmm.
seeing eye to eye. Now he's your coach. Why would you leave now? Why would you leave? So that means everything you would have said over the past few years about wanting to play with your child would be false if right now you'll leave because you'll
Right.
know if Bronny's going to LA by tomorrow.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, back to it. I think for JJ Redick, I think it's a great opportunity. I think the Lakers' job is a bad job. It's not a good coaching job. The Lakers' job is not a good coaching job. It hasn't been for years. I just had a conversation earlier talking about how terrible the Lakers' job is. Yeah, you have LeBron James, but he's probably 2 more years left, and then he's going to retire. You know, what I mean, you're going to be in a rebuild mode, so you're not going to really want that veteran coach to come in here and do that. They've had 8 coaches in the last 13 years. Eight,
Yeah.
8 coaches since Phil Jackson has had no longer than what 2 to 3 year stints trying to figure it out with the LA
And
Lakers,
they won with Frank.
and they won one with Frank Vogel, and he got fired a year later. So why would any coach that has any sense like Hurley, unless you thrown him the bag of 100+ million, would want to go there and drop ship and move everything over from where they're at to come over here to deal with this bullshit? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I think the Lakers for JJ is a great opportunity. He's never coached before. I think he had a middle school team. He had a fourth grade team he's coached. He had his podcast. He's a smart guy, one of Duke's very own best. So I know he's cerebral. He's an analyst. He breaks down tape. So I think he has every opportunity to be a great coach with the situation that he has. So I hope he does the best because I like JJ Redick. I think, you know what I mean? I think he has a lot of potential. I think he'll probably be a player's coach. Um, and he'll be able to learn. He'll be able to learn ultimately. And no better way to learn as a coach with having, LeBron James as your star player who can kind of teach you.
I hope LeBron goes somewhere else and says, "Fuck it, I'm doing what I want to do."
Come on, man. He
I
ain't gonna
do.
leave his he ain't gonna leave his boy.
Why is JJ's boy just because he did a podcast with him?
No, he ain't gonna leave his boy, his son,
Oh,
Bronny.
I think that boat is gone.
Why do
That
you say
for
that?
like because I just think that what I heard from what Rich Paul was saying that the way they're looking at these two, and this is obviously what he should say, obviously, is that they're just two separate people and two separate things. Bronny don't seem like he wants, even though he's naturally tied to LeBron, obviously, but he wants to kind of go his own way and
That's
forge his
bull.
own path.
Nate, that's bullshit. He wouldn't have came out then. That's fucking bullshit. That's bullshit. He wouldn't come out. Why the fuck would you come out? You're not ready for the NBA. Why would you come out if you didn't want to be out there playing with your
Because
dad?
your name is Bronny James. That's why you come
Right. And
out.
you want to put the plan is, and it's been put in out there for the last seven years since he started high school basketball, is that LeBron said he wants to play with his son. And maybe Bronny don't really care about playing with him, but this is what he's
I
gonna
don't
do.
think Bronny cares.
Right, but this is what he's gonna do. Because he's been doing everything else they've been telling him to do since. You think he's
Right.
ready for the NBA? He's not.
No, of course not.
He's not. He wasn't the best high school player on his team. He's damn sure not the best college basketball player on his team. And now all of a sudden he's gonna be a draft pick. Get the fuck out of here. So
Why you
if
hate
you want,
Bronny so much, man?
I don't. I
He's
love Bronny. I love Bronny. I just hate the decision.
yeah.
I hate the
Okay.
decision
Okay.
because I think he could have continued to grow and be his own man, right? Grow and earn the draft spot. Now he's
Mm.
getting drafted because he is LeBron James' son. That's
Yeah.
obvious. Everybody's talking about it. Of course, he's going to go to the Lakers, and you know what I'm saying. Like, so if he didn't
Or
want to
what was
do
the other
this
one?
stuff,
Phoenix. Phoenix was the other
Phoenix,
one. Yeah.
right? So if he didn't want to do it, he wouldn't come out this year. He would have not come out.
Yeah, I don't know what to even think about this. I think somebody said that Ham would have did the same job that Redick might do moving forward.
Yeah,
Um,
probably.
I would probably agree with that. We'll see what this looks like. Obviously, did you watch any of the podcasts that him and LeBron did? I didn't watch any of it.
I would see just like
It
the highlights
intrigued
they
me.
would talk about. Yeah, they talk about X and the O's. There wasn't really too much drama within it. You know,
It wasn't a good story.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I wasn't. It didn't invite me. Like, why do I want to hear JJ and LeBron talk about basketball?
yeah. It wasn't. I think other podcasts had said that, like, hey, you know, you might need some other things to kind of spice up your podcast. Like at some point, X's and O's
And
ain't going to do
JJ's
it. It's not going
dry.
to.
He's an
It's not going to. Yeah.
analyst.
It's not going to keep. It's not going to keep the capture of the audience. So
Yeah.
but hey, it got him a head coaching job for $8 million a year.
So just to let you guys know out there, and thank you all for watching. 151 people watching right now. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Continue to support the movement. Working on some new merch, some new Money Pop merch. Got some new ideas, so you will see that coming here shortly. But funny thing about JJ, he was a volunteer for a 4U, 4 to 6U basketball team. That's his coaching experience.
That's it.
That's it.
That is it.
That is it. That is it. That is his coaching experience. Zero. None. And people like Sam Cassell, who's been an assistant for 15 years, I don't even know if he got an interview. I don't know if there was a report if he got an interview or even that. So,
now, granted, I did hear. I think it was on a Gil podcast. I think Gilbert Arenas was talking about that he was more of a players guy. So his choice.
JJ?
No,
Sam
Cassell. So his choice on not wanting that opportunity at a moment in his years was that I want to just be kind of a coach, not a necessarily head coach. I don't know if that's changed, right? I don't know if that's what he wants to do now, but I think it's been so long. It was a 16-year career as a coach. I think it's because of the fact that he liked the position of being more with the players versus being the head coach. So with that being said, that was what I heard from the Gilbert Arenas podcast. I believe that's what he was talking about. So that could be why he hasn't. That's why he couldn't, may not have had opportunity. But he should. He deserves it. 2-time NBA champion as a coach. Well liked, well respected amongst the league. Ex-player that did really well. You know what I'm saying? Like he deserves it. He does an opportunity.
Could be true. Could be true. All right. Let's stay in the basketball realm here. Let's talk about what's going on right now in the NBA draft. Right now, the Utah Jazz are on the clock with the pick, 29th pick. Draft is starting to kind of come to a close here. I know you've been kind of watching. I've been watching as well. We kind of mentioned his name earlier on with Zach Edey. He was the really only shocker for me that I thought out of the whole draft. This whole draft was a big kind of what, I guess. It was the talent pool was so there was no clear cut really, even though somebody did go number one. There was no clear cut, generational star, somebody who was going to go number one. It was just kind of like, oh, this guy might be the best player. But anything in the draft that kind of surprised you? Anything that happened?
I'm looking at it right now. Isaiah Collier dropping all the way to 29. That's a surprise to me. I thought there was many other opportunities for him to get drafted by teams that needed guards, especially of his caliber. Speaking of Bronny, his teammate, he's been All-American his whole life. He came into USC and did his thing at USC. So I'm surprised about that. I think Zach Edey was a little bit of a surprise being 9. I had him going under 15, so I did bet Zach Edey under 15.5 was where his line was. I did take the number 4th pick overall at Castle at number 4, so I was able to hit that.
Nice.
But this is probably one of the weakest drafts probably that I've seen in a long, long time. A lot of international players that you really don't know too much about, and then some players that you're still waiting that you've seen and you watched in college that still have not been picked and selected yet. So you're like wondering where those guys are going to go, like a Filipowski, like a Johnny Furphy. You still got a couple guys out there. Tyler Kolek out of I'm looking at it now. Sorry. I mean, anyway, it's just a couple other guys that you thought that would probably go, and I guess I'm going to be waiting for day 2.
Yeah, Harry. How Isaiah looks? I'm about to say he's a small guard. He's a point guard, right?
He's a point guard, but he's a true point guard.
Yeah, he's true.
I mean, he can score. He's a distributor. You know what I'm saying? He can handle the ball. That's why I thought, really, to tell you the truth, I thought Phoenix Suns had an opportunity to pick him up at 22,
Hmm.
and they traded back. I thought that would have been a perfect piece for the Phoenix Suns because they need a point guard. I don't know how you let that go. You got Isaiah Collier. I know you probably need a year or two to kind of get adjusted to the NBA, but I think he's a quick learner. You can put him at point guard really easy, plug and play with a Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal, a Devin Booker. You know what I mean? Like then you add I thought that would be a perfect place, especially since he was falling. So yeah,
Yeah, the first two kind of make sense. Star, I forget the other guy. Then she, Reed, Shepard went from
that's great.
Kentucky.
Yep. Mhm.
Castle from UConn went to the Spurs. Holland, not too sure who that is. He was a G
Yeah, now
leaguer.
that was a yeah. He came up because that wasn't supposed to. His fifth pick was supposed to be the young French kid.
Okay.
No, the kid that went to that from Chicago. Went to Chicago. He was supposed to be the fifth pick. He had supposed to have moved up the board to the fifth pick, and then um, the other kid, the big guy from UConn, it's supposed to be them or 5 or 6. But then they had brought up the other guy at the 5 spot. That was a big surprise. That kind of shook up the draft a little bit.
Hmm. And then Rob Dillingham, I think, was a big trade, right? Eighth pick from the Spurs, got traded to the Timberwolves to
Timberwolves
kind
up
of
in this
pair that backcourt with Ant, which was a huge trade. I don't know
Yeah,
the
he's a
details of
scorer.
that trade.
He can get buckets.
And then obviously your Philadelphia 76ers taking Jared McClain out of Duke. And like you said, I thought Dalton Connect was the pick there.
Wasn't fit.
I thought it was going to be the pick, and obviously he didn't. He went right after us, and you could see from the video that they showed that everybody in the Lakers
He was
were pretty happy
excited.
that he fell and
Mhm.
excited that he fell that late to them.
I'm
So
hoping that's not going to be like the Minnesota Vikings situation. But I think the kid McLean I think he's a good basketball player.
no, it's not like he's a. I don't think he's a miss. Like
No, he's not a
he's a
miss.
shooter. You know, what I mean, he's definitely a shooter. He's one of the best pure scorers in the draft. Up there in tops in terms of 3-point shooting. When you look at some of his highlights, even just coming down on fast breaks and pulling up, kind of what the NBA has kind of become. So he fits the mold.
Yeah,
He's
it's
the only problem. The only problem is he would be a lottery pick if he was 6'6", if he was six
yeah. He's
five.
small. He's small, man.
He's just
6'2",
he's
small.
not a big dude. You know what I mean?
And
Pause.
it's an adjustment here. It's an adjustment in Philadelphia. I mean, his lifestyle might be a little different here in Philadelphia, man.
I don't.
I
I
do.
mean, from what Ballas was
Davis.
saying was he's a tough kid, and the funny thing is these cats that paint their fingernails can fight. These cats ain't sweet as much as it look like they sweet. These boys be going to jujitsu. These boys be taking Muay Thai fundamentals
Mm.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 to 8.
Listen, I'm not saying too much. I'm
He's a
just saying that
competitor.
it's
He's a
just
competitor.
different. He seems like he a little, California type of guy,
He a little,
but just more California, more avocado toast type of
little
cat.
what's the
TikTokish. He does the TikTok stuff. It's a
for my
little different
football
here.
folks? Who went first? Damn, what's the boy name from Chicago?
What you mean? Oh yeah,
Caleb.
they
Caleb
best
Williams.
friends. They best
Yeah,
friends, I'm
right.
sure.
Yeah, exactly. He look like that Caleb Williams in him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
little Caleb Williams.
Yeah. But if he's an all-star, I'll take it.
Yeah,
We
we'll
need
see.
scores. We need scores and we need shooting.
And we need that
And
tough
that's what he
mentality.
is.
It's tough to play here in Philadelphia. It's tough. So hopefully he's tough, thick
Yeah.
skin. Um, and we'll see. Maybe we don't. Maybe we're not going to ask for too much early on, but hopefully he can kind of get some time to help out in the backcourt, like you said with Maxi. And but I feel like we still need some help in the paint to give Embiid some time. Um, Boston's up here on his last pick of the night, I believe. Is this the last pick? I think this is the
Right.
last pick.
All right.
Baylor Schumer out of Creighton. Oh, he's a scorer. That's not a bad play.
Yeah, Boston
Wing
got the
guy.
last pick.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Not
That's
as
a
many
good pick.
trades as I thought.
Say again?
I
Not
thought
many
that,
trades.
I thought there'd be a little bit more trades. Um, and we talked about this before with the Sixers and what we consider super teams and big threes and how we differentiate from the two. And I like the Sixers staying put. They couldn't make a deal that benefited them, which is what you want to do. And if you can't make a deal that benefits you, take the best player that you feel that you did your homework on.
Mhm.
We thought, and maybe a lot of people thought Connect was that guy. He wasn't. They thought it was McLean. So I'm okay with it. He's a shooter. He's a scorer. He fits a need. He fits what you want, and he did it at a high level. He did it at Duke, and not even that. He did it with the light when the lights were brighter. I think he dropped 2 30-point games in a tournament. So you like that, and
Yep.
he reminds me of Maxi. I'm not saying he is Maxi, but he definitely reminds me of the mode of Maxi. You
Mhm.
know, Maxi be out here smiling with cornrows. This bull be out here smiling with a nice little curly afro and some fingernail polish. So
And a nice
as
manicure.
long as long as the orange ball go in the hoop, I'm cool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we shall see.
We shall see. We shall see. So let's keep it moving. We still got basketball to talk about. We're gonna switch it up to the women. And honestly, bro, I really love talking about women basketball. I love the fact that I have to include it because it is in part of the conversation. And right now, we're gonna talk about them updated rookie of the year odds. You know, this is a betting show. We try to keep betting as all possible in some of these kind of popular topics that we talk about. I'm going to bring up the handy dandy sports book. But looking at these two, because they're going to be connected in Trent's in almost the form of Larry, Bird, and Magic.
Mhm.
And even going with the whole racial tension, everything you can think about that storyline that you want to talk about, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, it's already there. But going looking at the numbers right now, let me bring up the sports book for y'all so we can look at the numbers. Let me know what y'all think out there. If you guys are still out there watching, um, let me let's hit them with that, John, because that's what we tippy toe. We bring this down a little bit so y'all can see. We will go to the WNBA. I haven't even looked at this yet. I know it changed. I don't even know why UConn is up there. I think I was doing like a UConn thing with because they're going to three-peat.
Mm.
Right now, Caitlin Clark is minus 700. When I
Wow.
looked at this, when I talked about this, it was minus 1,000. And Angel Reese was plus 650. Obviously, that's changed. Now, they just played, and Angel Reese and was it the Chicago Sky? I think it is.
Mhm.
Chicago Sky got the W, but not even that. Angel Reese put on a show. She willed that team to win. She gave them 26 and I think 15 or something like that. She's got 8 double doubles in a row. Now Caitlin Clark's putting up numbers too, right? I think I saw this on Stephen A. Smith. He put this stat up. She's the first rookie to average 15, 5, and 5.
Mhm.
So she's got record numbers around her as well. This race is far from over, and I love a storyline being built around these two because these are the two stars that will carry the WNBA. Caitlin Clark, just because she's a star in herself, and Angel Reese saying that she, in standing up and saying, "Don't forget about me, I'm a star too, and I'm going to show you that I'm a star too," as well. Very different dynamics of how they're being categorized because Caitlin
Mm.
Clark didn't ask for it; it's just coming with it. And Angel Reese is saying, "I'm asking for the smoke." So, with that being said, what was your bet on this? If you're looking at this now, knowing what you know now, Caitlin Clark doesn't really have great numbers. I think she's a little bit under 40% from three. She takes almost 9 threes a game. She had two big games before, but it looks like Angel Reese is really starting to come on here. I don't know, bro. I'm kind of tempted to take that Angel Reese. I think those odds are pretty decent. I wish I would have took him a little bit early when I saw it almost 7-1, but I think Angel Reese has got a compelling story because I don't think she's the best. I think is she the second best player on that team, or is she the best player on that team?
Caitlin?
No, Angel.
Oh, mm, no. I don't know. They're young, man. They're young. I think at the end of the day, they're young.
Yeah,
This is tough, man. That's a big line. I mean, I guess you're going to sprinkle something little on Reese because she has been having that 8 straight double doubles. She just had a huge game coming off against Caitlin Clark.
and yeah, in a big game
But
too.
yeah, I think she had like 20 plus points and like
Yeah,
18 or 15
26
rebounds or
and
something
15.
crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, something crazy.
It's almost
But at the
like
same
Barkley
time,
numbers.
like you said that Caitlin still is averaging 16, 5, and 6. The biggest thing about that is that I think Indiana's starting to win, right? So you got to look at it that too. Playoffs gonna be coming up, and then how they're going to. It's close, but it's worth it. It's plus 450. You're getting 4.5 on your money. I would sprinkle some on Angel Reese. Is a WNBA. Uh, yeah, I mean, it's tough. Right now, Angel Reese to me will be the rookie of the year right now. The line's not telling me that. I would sprinkle something on it right now if I was
Oh
to
yeah, the line's
bet it.
telling you it's Caitlin.
Yeah, but it's still a good half
They
of the
got to
season
protect their
left.
star.
Right, and that's what I'm afraid of. You know
Yeah,
how
that's what I'm
how do
afraid
the
of
how
too.
do your future how do the future face of your league not get the rookie of the year, and she's playing pretty well. I think
Yeah,
just so it's tough if you want to sprinkle something just because you think the number the plus money is great. Hey, I would have no problem with you doing that. I wouldn't go crazy on it. I don't think you're catching a gem because I think you got too many other factors that can affect that outcome.
yeah. Asia Wilson at one point was even money. I don't know why I didn't take that.
Missed that one. Should have definitely got
Yeah,
that one.
yeah.
I
She
mean,
was easy.
she's she's
That was
very
easy.
very tough.
She's a fucking star. Yeah, but now I agree with you. I think at this point, because you might have missed the window, um, you know, plus money is always good money.
Mhm.
So from a betting perspective, that sounds like a decent bet. But it's just at this point when you have these type of odds, you want to kind of get the best line you can and get ahead of that. And when you're waiting, kind of where your bankroll is. So, if you just want to sprinkle a little bit on here, right? And we're just talking about a little bit, $25. Just think about it, you got to wait all season just to win $137.
Mhm.
So that's the problem with that type of return at ROI, in terms of return on your investment, in terms of that. So you kind of want to put some money on here, right? If you can afford it. Obviously, we do this for recreational purposes, but if you can afford it and put $100, it's got to be at the least a unit or $100
I
on this
mean,
bet.
let's take a look at the wins and playoffs. Might be just better value there to see like a team that you might get good value for one of these two teams to make the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like it might just be an opportunity.
So Sky
Yeah,
is yes a plus
not
110,
bad at 110. What's Indiana?
and then Indiana is
Minus
minus
240.
240. Yeah.
Right. So, you know,
How
but I
many
do want to
games do
say
they play in WNBA?
it's
It's not like the men, right?
it's much shorter. I can check for you.
Mhm.
No, not like the men at all.
I feel like it's like 50 something games, right?
Is anything like the men in sports ever? No.
Yeah, because look at some of these are like 30 over 30 wins. Like I feel like there's not that many games in the in the
Oh, one is not that many teams. So
yeah. There he is. Don, what's good, bro?
the WNBA season is about 40 games.
Uh, Don
for
said
the
I
year.
bet on Zach 80 not being a first round pick. Got knocked outside my head.
You should have hit us up. You should have hit me up, man. I would have told you he's gonna be a lottery pick.
Don, man. You already know, bro. You already know where we would be at, man, with this, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
unfortunately,
stay locked in, bro. Stay
yeah, I
locked
probably
in
should
with
put
us.
some on our page.
Yeah, I do like the rookie of the year. I do like the Angel Reese bet here.
Yeah.
Not to
I'm
kind
not
of
mad at you.
yeah, I should have took it at 650. I saw it at 650. Kind of once she kind of went on her little run that she had. Um, like I said, she had 26 and 15, I think, in her last game, and then the game before that, she had 16 and 18. So like really big numbers, and the last two they won, they lost four in a row, and then they won two behind, obviously on her shoulder. So in the double doubles, eight double doubles in a row, and if she can make a name, finish the year, you know, with finishing out when getting averaging a double double as a rookie, you got something to stand on.
Hmm.
And it looks like it's not that many games left. I mean, they only go to July, right? So we're looking at 4, 6, 8, 11, 13, 7. They're only looking at 18, less than 20 games, 18 games left. That's crazy.
Yeah, they're about halfway through.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, speaking of 650, we did cash that Jalen Brown MVP at plus 650.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just so the show knows. I don't
Yeah.
think we had a
Oh yeah.
follow up on that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. That Jalen Brown was
Cash,
too good to be true. Too good to be
cash.
true. Bro. We always got one in the tank. We always got one in the tuck. I mean, we got bets for days. It just don't stop. So make sure if you guys like betting, you love betting, you love winning money, which obviously most of us all do. Make sure you tune in, man. Each and every week, we got some new gems. We never ask for money for our bets. We always give them out for free, and then we show people how to bet, and you know what I mean. And we teach people on how to bet. Don is a loyal follower, so we always support and appreciate Don coming in. How them baseball plays treating y'all? Um, Philly's been cooking.
They've been cooking.
I was on the Phillies early, heavy, often. Total runs over. Ranger with his wins, Wheeler with his wins. The problem is the market's kind of caught up to them a little bit, and they kind of faltered a little bit. But HRR bets, which is hits, runs, and RBIs. If you can find some good 1.5 for like they couldn't catch up with Harper, but now he's getting hot a little bit. Castellanos is getting hot a little bit. So I've been kind of with the
Harper hot a
Phils.
little bit. Harper hot a lot of bit.
Yeah, so
Shit.
is Castellanos. Castellanos has been hot. Castellanos hitting over 330 in the last like month. Like it's and he everybody's ready to run him out of town, and then he gets hot and cold, and then you already saw Schwarber had like 5 home runs in 2 games.
Yeah.
So baseball's been good. Baseball's actually been good. I've been following it already early on with the Phils winning the whole thing. I know the Dane Portnier or whatever his name is
He
from
did.
Barstool just put 100,000 with 200,000 on the Phils.
250,000, something like that.
Yeah, to win the whole thing. Here's a good bet. Here it is, Don. I put this out on Twitter. I'm gonna do this live. Here's your bet and this is long odds. It was plus 2,200. I do kind of like Harper for MVP. I think those odds are really low now. I got him at plus 750, but it's gonna be hard for him to beat Otani. Otani's he's Godzilla. It really is. And I don't mean that in any way what it sounds like, but he is. There's no way to put it. But here's a bet that I really really like for baseball. Where is it at? It's actually betting on the World Series and what that matchup is. If I can find it. Maybe it's because there's games still going on. Yeah, there's live games still going on. So it's probably not going to let me. But the bet is the Phillies to beat the Yankees plus 2,400 as the matchup. And I wouldn't mind doing that both ways. I feel like it's going to be the Phillies and the Yankees, a rematch of what year was that? We faced the Yankees in the World Series, but we lost. That's the year that Howard tore his Achilles too on that last hit.
Yeah.
Cliff Lee got the only win.
2012?
Was it 2012? I forget what year it was. I feel like it was later than that. It might have been though, because they won in what, 08? And they had a nice run.
2012. I think it was 2012.
Yeah, but I can't see it because there's games live going on. But that's the bet. I like the Phillies and the Yankees to be in the World Series. Give me the Phillies to beat the Yankees. I do like the bet that Dave put out there. I'm already on the Phillies to win the World Series. Especially with Strider going down for Atlanta, even though Sale is pitching amazing right now for them. But when you look at our pitching so deep. Our starting pitching is excellent, probably maybe the best, not the best in the league, and our bullpen is great, and we're still hurt. So
how about I put beginning of the season Strider to become Cy Young? Do I get my money back?
Like, no.
did he play one game?
Yeah, of course.
What, he played one?
I think so. You don't get your money back on that, dog. You crazy. Let me actually no. Hold on. Here it is. I did find a World Series forecast. There we go, and it's still plus 22. Phillies to beat the Yankees, plus 2,200. What that mean is $100 to win you $2,300. You get your $100 back plus the 22. I think that's a great bet. Great bet. I love both these bets. I don't think the Dodgers are going to get there. They always falter in the playoffs for whatever reason. Obviously, Atlanta without Strider is a big hit, even though they're only like 6 or 7 games back. There could be one of those teams, always one of those teams in the playoffs you got to look out for. We saw that last year with the Diamondbacks, but I do think that this is the Phillies' years to get back. They've been like, remember, they went to the series, lost. They lost to the Diamondbacks, you know what I mean? And now their team is even better, right, than those teams. So I really do like those two bets. I don't mind cornering the market there with playing both sides of them. If you have the bankroll, remember, if you have the bankroll, don't use any money you need to bet. You need to spend on bills or mortgage or anything like that. This is strictly for your bankroll. If you need a bankroll, actually, I'll find it. I'll put my bankroll video in the chat so you guys can click on that. But if not, I love this bet. Phillies being the Yankees, 2,200. Lock it in. Damn, put 1,000 on that. Win 23 grand. I'm gonna knock one of these Jones out the park, bro.
That'd be a good day.
For real. Like, I'm mark my words, bro. It's going.
You can hedge. You can hedge at any time.
If you make this bet and this is, you're betting the Yankees almost every game, and you still come out on top.
And if you lose, you got to worry.
So
it was a good bet. It's a good bet. Plus 2,200.
Yeah, I really like that bet. Baltimore versus Philly. I don't think the Orioles are going to get there. I don't think they're going to beat the Yankees.
They got some sticks though between Cleveland, Baltimore. Those are going to be your hidden gems.
Soto's been playing like an MVP. So
Soto has been playing really well.
Yeah, like I don't think so. I don't think so. All right, we ain't done yet, as they say. We got more to talk about, more things to get into. Appreciate everybody jumping on here. We talked about the draft. We talked about Bridges. We talked about JJ. We talked about Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Let's finish it off with you, Don. What's going on in Detroit? Look, what is this woman talking about, bro? Let's listen in. Let's listen in real quick to what's going on in Detroit.
Trying to casually date and you were all in?
Yeah, girl. Anyways, long story short, it wasn't that cute of a relationship at first. I hated him. I loved him. I dated the backup to piss him off, which worked.
Yes.
He was like,
that'll do it.
He was the
All right, let's pause right there. Let's pause right there. Let's pause right there. So Matthew Stafford's wife decides to go on a podcast or whatever this podcast was and talk about how she tried to get Matthew Stafford jealous of what they did in the college days. And I'm trying to understand this. And the only thing I could come up with, bro, is Matt was caught with his hand in the cookie jar somewhere, getting some cheeks or something for her to come out to remind him that, hey, I can go for the backup anytime I want. That's the only thing I can think of.
And who's Detroit backup right now?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Don, put in the chat. Who's y'all backup out there in Detroit? But man, this is wild to me. I guess we'll let the video finish before we have our opinion about it.
He said, hey, she ain't our problem anymore. I don't know, bro, because as soon as Stafford gets in front of any video, any camera, any microphone, it's going to be a conversation, right? And you're right. He plays for the Rams, but he'll always be, a Detroit Lion. But like you said, let's finish up with the video, what she was talking about.
bad boy too. Like Matthew's so sweet and Southern gentleman and all that stuff. And the backup was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
All right, let's stop right there. And that face is perfect to leave right there.
You know what that face was.
Right.
Right. He was busting them cheeks. He was the complete opposite. That's what she said. I ain't saying she said it. That's what that mean to me. That face tell me. That's what that. She made a point to say, and he was the complete opposite. Matthew's a good guy. This guy over here was not such a good guy.
Matthew asked if it was okay for him to turn her around, but the other dude just pulled her hair and said, face down, ass up.
That face pause is crazy.
That's what really is popping off with this. Look at that picture. Look at that face. That face is, she was a bad boy. I like bad boys.
That's what she said. God.
Man, this is funny as shit. I don't know what she's trying to do here or what she's saying here. It's a lose-lose all around. This is just really unfortunate for Stafford. That his wife, obviously his kids will probably see this once it's on the internet. It's always on the internet.
4 girls.
Right. All girls too. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah. Ooh, and it upset him. So they.
All right, that ooh part. Negro.
That was her remember, huh? The ooh.
Oh man. Can we get through the video? Woo. That ooh part. Oh man. All right, let's keep it going.
They lived in the same dorm because athletes lived in the same dorm, and he would see my car there.
All right, so that's even worse. Joker come back and like, oh shit, she here? I see his car. You know what I mean? We hear some noises coming from the room.
Oh my God.
I can't even go in the room. They put the sock on the doorknob. You know what I mean? Like, we not even going in. Man, she is really spilling the beans here. I don't know what's going on.
And so at one point, he like waited and followed me out and got in my car and wouldn't get out.
All right. So this is real traumatic for a young man, right? You like a lady, you're a star football player, and you got to wait for her to leave the room Right? This wasn't during the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is the walk of shame she took to go back to her car after getting trashed by the backup because he's got a lot of energy because he don't play football. And you get in the car with her.
And it was on purpose. And you did this on purpose.
And he wouldn't leave the car.
He wanted her. And listen, this is a man that knew what he wanted. He wanted her. So salute the Matt. He got his girl. He wanted her. But we don't got to talk about this. This don't need to ever be told. Nobody needs to know this about this.
Agreed.
And think about the backup right now. The guy now look at his wife. I'm sure he's married, and say, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what the situation was with the backup? What if he's in a relationship with somebody right?
So you ready for this? I got to see if I can find the picture. The backup. I'm not even going to spoil it because I want to see if I can find the picture. The backup is when you see the picture with the backup with his wife, you might crack up the hell laughing, bro. You gonna be like, yo, what is going on? Yeah, I got it. Wait till y'all see this. So I want y'all to wait for me. If y'all want to see the backup picture and his wife, the picture of him and his wife, go ahead and put in the chat backup. Because the backup getting money. Oh man, this is great. This is great for TV. This is a great story to tell.
And that's probably why she told it. But hey.
So have you seen the backup and his wife?
I think so. I think I did. Yes.
You think you did?
Well, I think the story is that something about that they were together, I think, during that time or something like that. I thought I read, or I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on about what happened, you know.
So what? This is Georgia, right?
This is Georgia.
This is Georgia. So they need to get with it in Georgia because, you know, I mean, Matthew Stafford was a god in Georgia.
It's just unfortunate because at the end of the day, we don't need to know about this. You know, we just don't need to know about it. This is
you
nothing.
Sure? I want to know. I want to know it all.
I mean, now that the bag, what is it? What's the cat? Something's out the what is it? Something out the bag. The cat's out the bag. Yeah. Now that the cat's out the bag, of course you want to know more.
No, I want to know now. I want to know what she looked like. I want to know details. I want to know if the cheeks was right. I want to know it all, bro. What you talking about? Well, now when you gonna open up the story, we need to know because we didn't know if it was worth it. I'm gonna remove this. Look at this motherfucker. With the sister.
Well, I guess he got some explaining to do a little bit.
That's what Matt looked at this as like, fuck.
Shoot, he looked at it. He was listening to it like, why? I got a happy home over here. Now I got to talk to my wife about what you talking about that we did 25 years ago.
And you know what it is too? You know what I mean? You know what it is, right? She put that D'Angelo on him, right? That brown sugar. She put that brown sugar on him, taught him a couple things. He went and showed Stafford's wife, because remember, Stafford was a nice Southern gentleman.
They were together, right? That's the rumor that they were together at the time.
This bull been around the block a couple times. And he said, I wasn't leaving here until I got what I wanted. Think about that. Think about looking at this man's face, knowing.
But listen. All right, listen on some shit. Matt knew what was going on. He still moved forward with it. So salute to him, right? He wanted. At the end of the day, he knew everything that happened. He still decided he wanted her, and he moved forward. Happy family, married, successful life, 4 kids, beautiful. The problem is that this story just never needed to come out, and she needs to respect Matthew by not expressing this story on a podcast because nobody's asking for it, nobody was looking for it. Some things just don't need to be said. You now embarrassed this man. He got to now go to the locker rooms. He got to go into these locker rooms. You know these dudes gonna be looking at him like, yo, Matt, how was your summer, bro? How was your summer?
Not good.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
not good.
Like, what's everything good at home, my man?
I'm gonna keep it a bean. It wasn't good, bro.
Because this is unnecessary attention on Matthew Stafford. Let's hear how she finished it off.
All right.
I was like, this is amazing. It's working.
Yeah.
I was get out of my car and he was like, he's not right for you. And I was like, what? You can't tell me that.
Mm.
Wait, so was he trying to catch?
Yeah. So I agree with you here. So all the jokes aside, because I do think that men's emotions and men's feelings and how women can make men feel are important in this situation. And who knows what else Matthew Stafford was doing at the height of his career in the college ranks, right? So we have no idea what that exactly looks like. But like you said, he had to swallow the pill, go in there and say, hey, pretty much I want you.
Regardless.
We're gonna make this exclusive. Probably at that point after that. We're gonna make this an exclusive relationship and we're gonna move forward together. So, like you said, shout out for him to be showing that type of maturity in that situation. Because for any man, knowing that you're number one and whatever list you got in college was out there doing some things that you probably wouldn't approve of and she vice versa wouldn't approve of. And you said, okay, I want to make this serious and I got to do the right thing and lock it down. And now you got 4 beautiful daughters to show for that outcoming. But I do agree with you. There's no reason for this story to come out now. There's no reason for her to go into detail about that. And not even that, not only did she hurt Matt, possibly hurt her daughters, but she hurt the other guy in the backup and what he's got going on. Because you don't know, like you said, if that relationship that he had with the woman that we just showed in the picture, if that was going on at the same time and now she questioning him for something that happened 15,
Right.
20
Catching
years
all
ago.
types of shrapnel. Like, come on.
Right.
All for
Right.
what? Because you want your podcast to become popular and be going trending and going viral. It's worth the respect of your marriage. That's a little wild to me.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. I think that's just crossing the line. So,
but like I said, I think there was a reason why she did that. There's nothing like a woman scorn, and you know,
but
Matt might have went back to his old ways.
that's an assumption. He just extended Bam Adebayo.
No, that's old. He got extended earlier, 3 years max.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, that's old. That's old. So
and he got a center now. Now he can go to a forward position. But yeah.
Yeah. But I find that an hilarious story.
That's crazy.
And how that just kind of broke out of just nowhere. Almost took on itself as the hot Tui girl. You know, she don't want no smoke. The hot Tui girl.
Hot Tua.
She don't want no smoke. She don't want none of this fame. They said she was signing some, and it's crazy. Like her real name came out. This is crazy how the internet.
Probably like a lawyer. She probably like a doc. She probably got a real crazy job. She's like,
she was some drunk girl in Nashville, Tennessee, having a good time in bars and some. You know how some of these videos are where they interview the girls and watch that joint explode. Watch how so many people now are going trying to get that viral moment because she became famous overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Really, people were signing autographs, people making
she's making merch now here.
Making merch.
Yeah,
and it's smart. You gotta capitalize on that type of opportunity that comes up. I mean, shit, Bryce Harper did a hot Tui take after he hit a ball, hit a double.
Did.
You know what I mean? He took it out. Like, oh damn, Bryce, that's what we doing out here.
Hot Tui.
You know what I mean? So, but as always, thank you all for joining, commenting, having a fun conversation.
The way she said it was hilarious, bro.
Oh, it was so natural.
Got Tui spit on that thing.
Yeah. Took it right back to that scene. Right.
And it went viral because we some nasty motherfuckers out here. That's
yeah, for sure. We like what? What? Had to watch it again. Make sure we heard it the first time. But I want to thank you all for watching. Always having a good time talking these popular topics that we talk about. Talking bets as always. and continue on to give you as best content that we can moving forward. So if you're new to the show, if you're just watching the show, make sure you hit that like, subscribe. Come on and join the money team in the community. We're continuing to grow at a rapid pace, and we continue to love it. Football season ain't far around. That's when we get into the bread and butter. Football season not far around. So if you're in the football season, you're into betting, you want to learn how to bet, you want to learn how to bet properly, right? I read a great quote today, and I told my kids about it. And the quote today was, do easy things right.
Mm.
And you know what easy things are? Making regular bets. Don't go chase. Making regular bets and don't go chase, and you'll be just fine. Playing within your limits in terms of your bankroll and your money. And that's what we preach here, and that's what we talk about. It is nice to see people who put $1. I saw a bet today with a parlay that needs the Chicago White Sox, I think, and the Chicago Bears to win, the Chicago White Sox to win the World Series, the Chicago Bears to win the Super Bowl, part of a 4-leg parlay for $1 to win $1 million. I like it. I like the reach. I like the dart throw. But here, Money Pot, Gambling Nights, we do try to keep it somewhat reasonable and put yourself in a better odd situation to make the bets that will continuously to put money in your pocket. And we have a proven track record. Check out the videos. There's no doubt about it. We just got off winning Jaylen Brown for plus 650 on MVP. That was right here on Gambling Nights. So continue to watch the show. We'll continue to give you the stories. We'll appreciate you, as always, moving forward. I'm Moss Money. That's Be Humble. This is Gambling Nights. We will see you guys next week, next Wednesday, for another show. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.